IST in India at this point in time, but it is a quite a historic day when you have to look at the Candidates Chess 2024 tournament. 12 rounds are up, and we still have one Indian in the fray. Correct. Big breaking news coming from the Candidates Chess 2024 tournament in Toronto. Gukesh has beaten Nijat Abbasov in the 12th round, and he's given Nijat Abbasov his first loss in white pieces in the Candidates 2024. And because of this now, this is one of the most intense and complicated scenarios that you're going to see in the candidates. Gukesh, he managed to win at that point in time with a brilliant execution in the opening as well as in the middle stages. Now, because of all this, the way how he absolutely pinned Nijat Abbasov, if his A side pawn did not come to the queen side with the double bishop advantage and the rook situation, he then decided that, okay, if the H pawn is not working, I will use the A pawn. And with already the piece advantage that he had, Gukesh has beaten Nijat Abbasov, and it is because of this now you've got one of the most unique situations in the Candidates 2024. Now consider this. Hikaru Nakamura has beaten Alireza Firouzja also. But the good news for the Indian contingent is that Pragnananda has drawn with Nepomniachtchi. With Jan Nepomniachtchi, he's drawn, and because of this now, three players are tied at the top with 7.5 points. That is the situation, and it is one of the most intense Candidates 2024 that we have ever seen in the history of this tournament. I mean, three players tied with 7.5 points. Imagine the kind of buzz that it's going to create, and the last two rounds are not going to be easy at all. Every Indian will be determined to ensure that yes, we will observe the candidates very closely at this point in time. Now, with Nepo's draw and Nakamura beating Alireza Firouzja and Gukesh beating Nijat Abbasov, it is 7.5 points. And Caruana is not far behind because Caruana has beaten Vidit Gujarati and now he's 7. So 4 players are basically just half a point behind with just 2 rounds remaining. But now the pairing, if you look at it for the remainder of the 2 rounds in the candidates, is actually good news for Gukesh. Now with Pragnananda's draw as well as Vidit's loss to, you may say, Fabiano Caruana, 2 results are possible. Vidit is now definitely out of contention for the candidates title. Pragnananda also is out because he will have to ensure that he wins the other 2 games. But looking at 7.5, one of Nakamura or of you look at it, Nepomniachtchi will get to 8.5 or 8. So for Pragnananda, it is over. Vidit, it is over. The loss that he had with Nepomniachtchi and now this loss to Caruana has ensured he can't win the candidates title, and neither can Pragnananda. The only Indian who has a realistic chance of winning now is Gukesh. Now, why is Gukesh having a good chance to win the Candidates 2024? Because in round number 13 and round number 14, he is going to take on Alireza Firouzja and he is also going to take on Nakamura. Now, that Hikaru Nakamura versus Gukesh match on round 14 is potentially going to be a final before the final, if you look at it. Gukesh just has to beat Alireza Firouzja because round 13 could actually determine who wins the candidates. Because round 13, you will see both Hikaru Nakamura and Jan Nepomniachtchi playing. So Nakamura versus Jan Nepomniachtchi, that's going to be the ultimate decider. And after that, Nepomniachtchi takes on Caruana in round 14. So the last 2 rounds that Nepomniachtchi has, it's actually very difficult for him. So he's facing the 2 favorites, but Gukesh has an advantage by facing Alireza Firouzja, who himself has not been in good form, by the way. But you don't know with Alireza Firouzja, he can actually turn up his A game and he can prove to be a very tricky banana peel at this point in time. But as far as the broader spectrum is concerned, Gukesh is the only Indian in the fray now, and he is level with Jan Nepomniachtchi, Hikaru Nakamura, 7.5. Now imagine what a story that will be if he wins it. So that is why it's going to be very tough indeed. 12 rounds are up, 2 rounds remain. your main contention. I'll be doing a special video on what are the tiebreak situations, because if three players are level on points, the tiebreaker system in the candidates is totally different at this point in time. So it is a great day. At least you have one Indian in the fray. Had Gukesh not beaten Nijat Abbasov, then it would have been all over for the Indian contingent. On the other hand, Koneru Hampi has drawn her game in the women's section, but Vaishali Ramesh Babu has won 3 games on the trot now, and that is simply magnificent. Vaishali Ramesh Babu winning 3 consecutive games, but although she is not in contention for the candidates' titles, she and Koneru Hampi, because of their starts, were not that great. So that's why it's a late surge, but better late than never. So I will take some questions at this point. Rakshit, I've been following you on ChessBase also, my friend, and your comments are really I look forward to. So thank you so much for all the insightful comments that you gave, and you're also helping me with it as well. Nice to see you cover chess. Gookie's game just ended. That's why, Rakshit, I went live with the thing. I've been watching it ever since 12:30, and it's ended just now. And Caruana at 7, just 0.5 points behind. I mean, Rakshit, when was the last time you ever saw such intensity in the candidates? 4 guys separated by just zero point 0.5. Gukesh, Nakamura, Nepomniachtchi, and Caruana. What a list to be in. It is Gukesh is there with the best in the business at this point in time. So that is the thing. It's over for VD and Prague. Yep. With it, I mean, I will always remember the emotional meltdown that he had after the Nepomniachtchi game. It was so hard to watch, but it's a brutal sport. The candidates is as brutal as it can get. So Rakshit, tomorrow it's Nakamura versus Yan. That will be a decider. Absolutely. You will have to hope. This is the ideal scenario. Gukesh beats Firouzja, Nakamura and Nepomniachtchi draw. Then Gukesh will just have to draw against Nakamura. Then if Nepomniachtchi draws his game against Caruana, or if Caruana wins both the games, see, at max now, if you look at it, 9.5 is the max you can get. 9.5 or 9. You have to ensure that you at least get to 9. So that's the current situation that we have got. Ali Reza Firouzja is like Pakistan in World Cup. Yes, absolutely. You don't know which Ali Reza Firouzja is going to turn up in the candidates. So that's why. Round robin matches will happen rapid format with more than 2 players tie. And I think at this point in time, you are getting that situation where Nakamura with Gukesh, Nepomniachtchi, and even Caruana has a chance. So let's just see. If 4 people are tied, you'll have a round robin, one more game, and then you will then have the tiebreakers, and then you'll have all that. So that's going to be very interesting. Yes, Rakshit, I do agree. This is one of the best candidates that has ever happened in my book. 12 rounds, 3 leaders, and one of them luckily is an Indian at this point. So congratulations to D. Gukesh for ensuring that he is there. He's carrying the Indian flag. But as far as the other Indians in the candidates are concerned, game over for Vidit Gujarati and Ramesh Babu Pragnananda. They can't make it. But Vaishali is having a late surge, hat-trick of wins in the candidates. I think she joins Nakamura, and if I'm not mistaken, Ding Lijen also, I think, won 3 consecutive games in the candidates in 2022. I may be wrong. I need to refresh my memory on that slightly. So great morning start if you have to look at it in the candidates. And D. Gukesh continues to fly the flag of India high. He's the only one now with a chance of a title. Gukesh wins 7.5. He, Nakamura, and Nepomniachtchi. Caruana is just 0.5 behind. Round 13, the penultimate round, is starting tomorrow. It is going to be the clash for the ages. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. And don't forget, we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Bye-bye.